Hi guys, Merry Christmas. Hope you guys had a good break like myself. I just got back from seeing my family and man, I ate a lot of food, and I do mean a lot of food, but anyway, that's part of the tradition, right? And the mad thing is my mum actually gave me loads of food to bring back with me to freeze as well, you know, crazy. Mums will always be mums, right? Anyway, back to business. Now, last time we actually talked about BPMs and mixing by getting the BPMs the same of two tracks. Now, today I want to talk about queuing, actually show you what queuing is and how to queue a track. The idea basically is this. You've got the tempo of one track, you've got the tempo of another track. You want them to be playing at the same speed. Now, how do you do that? One method is to actually set a cue point on the first beat of the bar and play the first beat of the bar of one track with the first beat of the bar of the second track and play them together. Now, if your cue track is running a bit slow, then increase the tempo, go back to the cue point and play it again with the first beat of the bars overlapping. And keep doing that until you get the correct tempo. That's what I want to show you today. And I also want to show you a feature of the CDJ called auto queuing, where it tries to find the cue point itself. It tries to find the first beat of the bar by itself. So let's start with that. Now, actually, while I'm showing you cue point, I don't think you can see it from here. Let me zoom in. In fact, let me move the camera, even better. Okay, so what is auto queuing? Now, at the top of the display, you have time display. Now, by default, I've got it set to the elapsed time of a track. If I press this time mode auto queue button, I've got remaining time of the track. Press it again, elapsed time of the track. So, actually it says remain over there. It's the first time I've seen that. Okay, now if I keep my finger on it, it's going to enable and disable the auto queue feature. So this little red writing here basically says AQ. That is your auto queue there. So I'm going to keep my finger on the button. Auto queue has been disabled. Okay, what does that mean? Let's play tracks. Let's play something. I'm going to forward now. It's playing the next track. Forward. And so on. And so on. What's happening there is basically every time I forward, it's going to the next track and automatically playing it right from the beginning. You know, bang on from the beginning. So that's what happens without auto cue. So what does auto cue do? Keep my finger on it, switch it back on. Okay, so I'm playing a track. Forward it. Now what's happened? It's not playing the next track. What it's done is it's tried to find the first beat of the bar and set a cue point itself automatically. Let's press play and see if it's done it. Yep, that's correct. Next track. Set a cue point. Let's check. Yeah, so it's accurate. 99% of the time it will be accurate, but not always. So if I go back to Ascension Someone, original mix, amazing track, press play, you'll see it's not set a cue point at the first beat of the bar. It couldn't detect it. And this will be because there's a good minute before you even get to any beats in this track. So in that circumstance, what we want to do is create a cue point ourselves. And even if it does find the first beat of the bar, there'll be times when you actually want to mix in a particular part of the track yourself. So you're going to forward to exactly where you want to go and mix it in. So let's actually create a cue point on this track. I'm going to zoom in so you can see pretty much everything. Okay, let's do this. Right, so I'm playing the track. Now, the thing to remember with cue points is when you're playing a track, actually, before that, in the middle you've got your LCD display. Now, in there you've got a little red blob. That tells you where your cue point is set. Now, if you press play and you're playing a track and you press cue, you go back to the cue point. Yep. To actually set a cue point, you're going to press cue whilst you're paused. And you either pause with this button, or you can pause by putting your hand on the top of the jog wheel, like so. It's a lot easier to do that. Okay. What I'm going to do now is forward it to where the beats start, and I'm going to pause it around about there. Somewhere near here. Okay, so the beat started there. So I've paused the track now. I'm going to go back. I've got vinyl mode selected. The CDJ mode, it just does this. Sounds like noise, man. I've always got vinyl mode. What that means is I can actually go back and jog wheel and I can hear the actual sound waves. And you can actually, with practice, hear where the beats are, kick drums. I can hear one there. Okay, let's actually go back quite a bit. I'm going to press play. Pause. Now what you can do is you can use, on the LCD display there's also a little gap here. And you can use that gap, it's going around in a circle, you can use that gap to try and work out exactly where that beat is when it plays. Go back again, play, and watch that gap. So it's kind of at 1 o'clock. So I'm going to go back to 1 o'clock. I'm going to move this back and forth really fast. You can hear that beat. Around about there. Around about 2 o'clock actually. I'm going to press cue point there because I'm paused now. And to test it out, I'm going to play. Cue, go back, play. So I've done it correctly. So what if actually I had it a bit too early? So if, for example, if I play, this time I'll pause it by pressing the jog wheel. Go back. If I let go, it's going to play now. But at the moment it's paused. Therefore, if I press Q, it's going to set the cue point where I'm at. Watch that little red thing. It's moved. Press play. You can see I'm a bit too early there. So I'm going to go back to where the beat was. You want to press Q just before the beat starts. Press play. So that's how you create cue points. Now, how much time have I got? I've got a few minutes. Okay, so basically another trick you can use as well while you're actually mixing is, now when you press play and you press Q, you go back to the cue point. What you can also do is keep your finger on Q, and that will actually play the track until you take your finger off, and then it will go back to the cue point automatically. Watch. Back to the cue point. And so on. So there you go, we've got a cue point now. So practice that, yeah. Now the idea basically is, now I've got my cue point on the first beat of the bar. Next time what we'll be doing is actually starting to figure out how to mix. So just to give you an example of how that's useful is, if I play a track on the, excuse me, can't speak. So if I play a track on the other deck, I'm going to press play on this, on the first beat of the bar, when the first beat of the bar of the other track is playing. In fact, let's just do it, you'll see what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4. Start counting, remember, beats and bars. 1, 2, 3, 4 is a bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's awful, it's too slow. Speed it up. Not bad. A bit too fast. Slow down a bit. And you want to do it on the first beat of the bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Kind of. I mean, it's still a bit more work to do there, but you get the idea. That's what we'll do next time anyway. So there you have it, guys. There you have it. So that's cueing a track. And so a cue point basically is setting the point in the track that you want to go back to again and again and again while you're actually doing beat matching, or anywhere in the middle of a track where you actually want to start mixing from. Now you also have hot cue points on the CDJ as well. I think I mentioned that before. You got, actually, yeah. Let's go back down. I'll show you there. Zoom in. You've got hot cue points, which are here. You've got 3 letters, A, B, and C. Press record mode. You should be able to see A, B, and C there. And yeah, I think you can. So basically, they're extra cue points you can set, as well as actually having the main cue point down here. And again, the idea is simple. You basically find bits of the track that you want to go back to quickly and set hot cue points. And in the future, we'll be using them with loops as well. You can set cue points on loops. It's all good, man. It's all good. Cool. So I'll catch you guys next time when we'll actually do some mixing, beat matching with 2 decks. So the fun begins next time. Take care, guys, and have a happy new year as well. Bye now.